Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be looking at two lenses and comparing them. So the two lenses I see quite a lot when I'm out and about, especially at zoos. The first of which is the Sigma 150 to 600 contemporary lens. This is by far probably the most common lens that I see when I'm out and about. You get good reach obviously from 150 to 600, so a very versatile lens. And actually in a quite compact package if it's a contemporary. I have owned the sport version and that is slightly bigger, but you do get a slightly better aperture from that as well. I'd love to get one of those again and review that when the prices come down with everything going more towards mirrorless. But that's the first lens we're going to be comparing with, and the second lens is the 100 to 400 from Canon. This is definitely a close second when it comes to lenses I see when I'm out and about. Obviously you don't get quite as much reach and is a little bit more expensive, but the glass is L quality, and you've got the weather sealing which you don't have from the contemporary. So what I'm going to do first is, I've already got videos on both these lenses which I'll link down below, going through the specs on both lenses. But what we'll do is we'll go through some images I took using both the lenses and talk through those, and then afterwards I'll go through which one I think you should buy if you're looking at this sort of practical zoom lens to go around and take one lens out to a zoo with. So let's hit into those images now and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the first two images we're going to look at here are taken with the 150 to 600mm. This is a hunting dog running towards me here. It was quite a bright day at this point anyway. It gets darker later on, but as you can see, focus is really nice. Background nice blur. This is at 600mm. Sharp usable photo, so really nice image from the 150 to 600 here. Okay, and this one here is the cheetah. This is later in the day, so you can see it is actually in fact a bit darker, but eyes still in focus, not quite as sharp. I think it being a bit lower light, it has definitely suffered slightly in image quality because I'm having to shoot in a slightly higher ISO, but still a very usable photo here from the 150 to 600. Okay, so this is the first of the two images from the 100 to 400mm. Again, nice light to sort of contrast with the hunting dog one we looked at before. Super pin sharp on the eye. Again, nice background, nice separation as well. Really nice f5 this was taken out, so everything should be in focus is in focus, and is a very good photo. I can definitely see why the 100 to 400 is a very popular Canon lens from this. And the final photo we look at here is again in low light to contrast against the 150 to 600 photo that we had there, but this even though it's lower light, I think is slightly sharper personally looking at this compared to the cheetah one in low light. This is through glass as well, so, and the cheetah's isn't through wire or anything, that's a straight shot at the cheetah itself. So this is a very nice photo. Again, really nice separation from the background to the front of the tiger here, and I think this definitely shows me personally that the 100-400 is a better all-rounder lens, I think, than the Sigma 150 to 600. Now, as I've shown, both lenses you can get very good usable photos from. So especially when you consider second hand, you can pick one of these up for about £550 for a good condition one, and that's a lot of lens and a very usable lens for that money, with the OS system on it, with the reach you get from this. You can't really get much better for that money. Even with sort of the cheaper primes and stuff like that, you're nowhere near this sort of price point. So considering that, you do get a very good bang for your buck, as it were, with the Sigma lens. The only thing I would say is you do get a slightly, and I mean slightly better for image from the 100 to 400, and I think that's purely just down to the quality of the glass that's inside this lens. It is a little bit more in the second-hand market, so you're looking between £700-800 for a good condition one. You can pay a little bit more for an excellent or a like new, but it is a very well built lens. It feels very nice in the hands, weather sealed as well, so you don't have to worry about it. when you're out and about, but you don't get that same reach. That is the only thing. But what you will find sometimes is that 600mm on the Sigma is not quite as sharp as you'd want it to be. The drop offs from around 500mm to 600, that's where you kind of lose some quality. With the 100 to 400, you're sharp all the way through, no matter where you are on this lens here. And this is the Mark II. You can get the Mark 1s for cheaper, obviously, but they do have a tendency of, because they're a push-pull system, of sucking in a lot of dust. It's not a lens that I've ever used. I would be again tempted to buy one of those just to try it out and see where we were with it and see how good it is. But I guess the overall will come down to what your budget is. I would personally say if you've already got 550, try and squeeze another £150 out and buy this lens here. You can, if you want to, run it with a converter and run a 1.4 converter on the end of here, and then get close to that 600mm range and still have a very sharp image. If you are sort of, your upper limit is the 550, the Sigma is still a great lens. You're not going to be disappointed with using this. It's just, I think if you can get to that little bit more, go get the 100 to 400. You won't be disappointed though with either one of these lenses, I don't think, if you go and buy one. I know a lot of people are using the 150 to 600 and they produce some absolutely incredible images using this lens. So I don't think I'll ever be disappointed. If you did want to go for the sports version, you are looking at more £800-900. Then you're fully weather sealed, you've got the 600mm, and that lens is sharp, in my opinion, all the way up to that 600mm, where this one, it does become a little bit soft when you're going towards that higher limit. So you let me know your thoughts. Which one of these lenses would you go for if you were looking to go for sort of a telephoto lens? And let me know why you'd go for those. Or have you already done it, and what sort of, are you finding the same issues I was at the sort of higher end where it's slightly softer with this, or is that something that maybe I've been shooting something particularly wrong and got it wrong there? But you let me know in the comments down below, like you always do. Please comment, subscribe, like everything you do, and I will catch you in the next one and we'll go from there. See you again. Cheers.